Why do the wealthy seem to move through life with effortless ease while you struggle, planning, striving, and still feeling unseen? Where does their certainty come from, and why does it appear that they attract opportunity, abundance, and success as if by magic? You have worked, prepared, and dreamed, yet the results feel slow, inconsistent, or distant. That frustration, that quiet doubt, that restless heart, it's not a failure of effort. It is a signal, a sign that something inside your thinking, your assumption, or your alignment is quietly holding you back. Today we will explore the mindset shift that separates the wealthy from the restless, the aligned from the striving. We will uncover one divine law that, when understood and applied, transforms struggle into flow and doubt into undeniable attraction. This law is simple. Your mind assumes the world into being. Your inner alignment dictates your outer reality. It is not effort alone that creates results. It is the conscious assumption of the life you intend to inhabit. Repeat slowly and allow these words to settle in your being. I assume abundance, and abundance flows to me. I trust the unseen forces of life to orchestrate perfect outcomes. I trust the unseen forces of life to orchestrate perfect outcomes. I release all doubt and embrace certainty. I release all doubt and embrace certainty. My mind is aligned with the life I deserve. My mind is aligned with the life I deserve. You are not behind. You are not missing your blessing. You are simply waiting to understand the secret the wealthy already know. Manifestation is not a method, it is a mirror. Everything you see in your life today is the reflection of your inner assumption. Change your inner world, and your outer world will follow. Today you will awaken to that truth. Reclaim your power and step into the life that is already yours by divine design. You feel it, don't you? That quiet gnawing inside, the sense that you are waiting for life to finally arrive, while the clock ticks and nothing seems to change. You watch others step into opportunity, into abundance, while you clutch the fragments of your own dream. Have you asked yourself why wealth, true wealth, always seems just out of reach? What if I told you it is not money that is missing, but your alignment? You are not out of blessings. You are out of harmony with the current that brings them to you. Today you will discover a shift so profound, so simple, that it will change the way you think, speak, and receive forever. The first law to understand is this: wealth begins in the mind, not in the bank. This is not a motivational cliche. This is the eternal truth. The mind is the fertile soil in which abundance grows. What you imagine, you call into being. What you dwell upon, you plant. And yet, most people sabotage themselves before the seeds even have a chance. They allow fear, doubt, hesitation, or the echo of old limitations to dictate their inner conversation. Your words, your thoughts, your assumptions, these are the tools of creation. Remember always, your word is your wand. Speak your wealth into existence. Speak it not as a wish, but as a truth that has already arrived. People block this law in subtle ways. They look at their bank accounts, their debts, their lack of connections, and they make a silent agreement with limitation. They talk about what they do not have, and in that silence, the universe hears refusal. The soil cannot yield fruit if the gardener curses it daily. The shift is simple, but it requires courage. Begin to assume the life you desire as your present reality. Picture it, speak it, and step into it, even if your senses do not yet see it. Speak of wealth with certainty, with faith, as though it is already circulating in your life. Now repeat these affirmations slowly, letting each word sink into your being. I now think in abundance. I now think in abundance. I speak prosperity into my life. I speak prosperity into my life. I assume the life I desire is mine. I assume the life I desire is mine. I am aligned with the flow of wealth. I am aligned with the flow of wealth. Consider her. She had bills piling high, a small apartment, dreams of a life that seemed forever distant. Each morning she whispered complaints to herself, cataloging her lack. One day she paused and remembered, your word is your wand. She began to speak as though the accounts were already filled, the opportunities already knocking. She imagined opening the doors she wanted to walk through. Within weeks, the first shift appeared. A client called, an offer arrived, an unexpected gift appeared. She had not conjured magic from thin air. She had aligned her mind, her words, her inner vision, and the world followed. Wealth is not about accumulation, it is about assumption and faith. It is a mental posture, a declaration of presence, of readiness. When you align your mind with abundance, when you speak with unwavering certainty, doors begin to open, often where you least expect them. Your inner conversation is the architect of your outer life. One cannot build mansions with thoughts of scarcity. One cannot attract opulence while secretly arguing for limitation. Here are two truths to carry with you. You cannot receive what you cannot imagine. You cannot grow where you are sowing doubt. Now imagine the life you desire as though it is already yours. Feel it in your bones, in the rhythm of your breath, in the certainty of your words. Picture yourself walking through rooms of opportunity, wealth circulating around you. Doors opening effortlessly. This is not fantasy, this is alignment. Your mind is the gateway, your words are the instrument. Step into the assumption of abundance and watch as the universe rearranges itself to meet your vision. The second law we explore is intimately connected. Your word is your wand. Speak what you desire, not your doubt. Words are not simply sounds, they are declarations, vibrations, and instructions to the universe. To speak doubt is to seed failure, to speak fear is to invite resistance. Yet most people utter quietly, in corners of their minds, phrases that undermine their own prosperity. I can't, it's impossible, not for me. These are not harmless thoughts, they are chains, and they are silent. To shift into alignment, one must first listen to oneself. Catch every negative phrase, every thought that assumes lack, then replace it with the truth of possibility, with the reality you are creating. Speak it aloud, write it, feel it, as real. The universe responds not to desperation, not to wishing, but to certainty and alignment. Let your speech be sacred, deliberate, and unwavering. Repeat these affirmations slowly, fully embodying their truth. I speak only words of power. I speak only words of power. I command abundance into my life. I command abundance into my life. I release all fear and doubt. I release all fear and doubt. I am a magnet for prosperity. I am a magnet for prosperity. Think of him, he had long carried the fear of inadequacy. He whispered it under his breath, unconsciously sabotaging himself. One morning he realized his words had been his prison. He began speaking differently. I am ready for the wealth I deserve. I am capable. I am open. Months later, his small investments multiplied, opportunities flowed effortlessly, and he felt an inner peace he had never known. The difference was not luck. It was the discipline of aligning his words, mind, and vision with his desire. This is the essence of the wealthy mindset. It is quiet, deliberate, and internal. It is not bragging or boasting, but faith translated into thought and speech. It is knowing that the unseen laws of the universe respond to your inner declaration. Your words are your wand, your thoughts are your architects. Align them, and the outer world will obey. Step into the reality you wish to inhabit. Assume your abundance as your present truth. Speak with authority. Let gratitude saturate every thought. The universe bends to certainty. Your mind is the soil. Your words are the seeds. Plant them with courage, water them with faith, and watch as life blossoms beyond your expectations. You are no longer waiting. You are already receiving. You are no longer in lack. You are in alignment. Listen closely. The life you long for is not waiting outside. It is waiting within. Every moment you cling to doubt, fear, or secret resistance, you are turning away from the very blessings that are ready to flow to you. You are not powerless. You are not unworthy. You are simply unaware of the truth you already carry. Your inner world shapes your outer reality, and your assumptions are the unseen architects of your life. No longer can you wait for permission, for timing, or for external validation. The universe responds to alignment, to faith, to the voice that speaks without hesitation. I am ready. I am worthy. I am aligned. Your struggles, your delays, your restless striving, these are all illusions when faced with the power of deliberate assumption. Stop rehearsing the old story. Stop blessing what you do not wish to endure. Speak, bless, assume, and let your word be your wand. Hear this now. The door is open, the energy is ready, and the universe is responding to the life you assume. The question is not when it will arrive, but if you will step fully into your power and allow it to manifest. Right now, make this decision. Step into alignment. Speak your desires as though they are already fulfilled. Release resistance. Bless what you seek, and assume your reality with unwavering certainty. Your call to action is not a suggestion, it is a command from your own higher self. Stand, speak, and assume your life now. Do not wait another day. Your destiny is ready. Claim it with the authority of your soul. You have prepared, haven't you? You've studied, you've planned, you've polished every skill, yet the results seem to lag behind your efforts. You've read the books, you've watched the videos, and yet the life you imagine continues to feel just out of reach. Have you asked yourself why? Why does preparation sometimes feel like a curse rather than a blessing? What if I told you that the universe does not reward frantic effort, nor random action, but conscious alignment, the preparation of the mind and spirit for the reality you intend to inhabit? You are not behind. You are not lacking. You are simply waiting for your inner readiness to be matched with your outer manifestation. Today, we will explore why what you prepare for is exactly what you attract, and why the conclusion of lack is never a reflection of reality, only of perception. The law at work here is the law of assumption. It is the divine principle that what you assume in your mind, what you accept as true in your consciousness, inevitably manifests in your life. This law is simple, yet profound. What it is, the assumption of success, of abundance, of victory, is the blueprint that your subconscious mind uses to shape your external world. The mind cannot distinguish between what is imagined and what is real when the assumption is held firmly, repeatedly, and with faith. Why do people block this law? Because they confuse preparation with guarantee, effort with result. They prepare endlessly, yet they secretly doubt their worth, their ability, or the universe's willingness to deliver. They accumulate knowledge, polish their resumes, refine their skills, but internally they murmur, "I am not ready, I am not enough, this will never work for me." That secret doubt is a wall that no preparation can scale. The shift, then, is not simply in action, but in inner conviction. Begin to assume that every effort you make is already aligned with success. Trust that what you have prepared for is already moving toward you, unseen but inevitable. Your word is your wand. Speak it, feel it, and move forward with certainty, not hesitation. Now repeat these affirmations slowly, letting each word sink deep into your consciousness. I am prepared, and the universe meets me at my readiness. I am prepared, and the universe meets me at my readiness. Everything I prepare for flows effortlessly to me. Everything I prepare for flows effortlessly to me. I trust the timing of my manifestations. I trust the timing of my manifestations. I assume my success is already present in my life. I assume my success is already present in my life. Consider a man who had trained for years to launch his business. He had the education, the connections, the skills, yet each morning he awoke with a sense of impending failure. He feared that despite all his preparation, he would not be seen, recognized, or rewarded. One day he remembered a simple truth: preparation is only complete when it is married to assumption. He began to imagine his business flourishing, clients seeking him out, opportunities arriving effortlessly. He spoke of his success with certainty. Within weeks, the first contracts appeared, seemingly from nowhere. The alignment had shifted. Preparation had always been his ally, but now the law of assumption had completed the circle. The universe responds not to how much you prepare, but to how fully you assume the outcome of your preparation. Here are two truths to carry forward. You attract only what your mind assumes is already yours. Preparation without belief is like planting seeds on stone. Nothing grows. Now consider a deeper challenge. Most people look at lack and call it a condition, rather than a conclusion. They see a sparse bank account, an unfulfilled dream, a delayed opportunity, and they declare scarcity as permanent. They say, "I am poor, I am unlucky, I am behind." But scarcity is never a condition. It is a conclusion, an assumption, a silent acceptance that limits the flow of the divine. The shift begins when you declare, consciously, that your current perception does not define your potential. What you assume in your mind is what the universe will reflect back to you. Decide, now that lack is only temporary, only a misperception. Align your assumptions with abundance, and you begin to dissolve the illusion of scarcity. Repeat these affirmations slowly, letting them become your truth. Lack is never my condition, it is only a conclusion. Lack is never my condition, it is only a conclusion. Abundance is my natural state. Abundance is my natural state. I release all acceptance of limitation. I release all acceptance of limitation. I assume prosperity flows to me in every form. I assume prosperity flows to me in every form. Think of her. She had waited for years for a promotion, believing that merit alone would carry her there. Yet she found herself overlooked again and again. Each denial whispered, "You are not enough." One day she realized that lack had become her assumed condition. She began to speak differently. "I am recognized, valued, and rewarded. My contribution is seen and celebrated." She carried this assumption quietly, consistently, into her actions. Within months, an opportunity arrived that exceeded her expectations, not because she had earned it differently, but because she had shifted her conclusion from lack to assumption of abundance. Her preparation had always been perfect. It was her inner assumption that had blocked the manifestation. Remember, your life is not the reflection of your effort alone, nor your circumstances, nor your past. It is the mirror of your assumptions, your inner conclusions, your faith in the unseen. The wealthy, the abundant, the successful, they do not wait for the world to hand them confirmation. They assume it, they prepare, and they step into that assumption with unwavering belief. They know that the law of manifestation honors the assumption, not the complaint. They understand that the universe responds not to what they see, but to what they assume to be true. Here are two punchline truths to hold in your mind. What you assume dominates the world you experience. Lack is never permanent unless you allow it to. Now, step into the awareness that your preparation and your assumptions are inseparable. The skills, the knowledge, the strategies you have accumulated are incomplete without the conviction that they are already yielding results. The universe does not move in panic, in doubt, or in desperation. It moves in alignment, in assumption, in faith. Imagine every action you take as already blessed, every decision as already leading to the desired outcome. The world bends to certainty. The mind that assumes abundance draws abundance. The mind that accepts scarcity confirms it. Your inner life, your assumptions, your conclusions, these are the architects of the reality you inhabit. You are ready to attract what you have prepared for, to dissolve conclusions of lack, and to step fully into a life aligned with your truest desire. Trust that your preparation is never wasted. Trust that your assumptions are not idle thoughts, but sacred instruments shaping your destiny. Prepare, assume, believe, and watch as the unseen laws of the universe move mountains to deliver what your heart has already imagined. You are not behind, you are not lacking, you are aligned, you are ready, the world is ready, and your abundance is inevitable. You feel it, don't you? That quiet, gnawing exhaustion that sits in your chest, whispering that you are always chasing, never arriving. You give and give, pushing yourself through endless tasks, endless worries, endless shoulds. And yet the sense of spiritual fatigue never leaves. Have you asked yourself why? Why does the energy that should lift you feel like it is draining instead? What if I told you that this exhaustion is not a failure of effort, but a signal, a sacred indicator that you are resisting the very life you are meant to attract? You are not broken, you are not weak, you are out of alignment. And today we will uncover the path from spiritual fatigue into empowered flow. The first law at work here is the law of assumption, the eternal principle that what you hold in your mind as true becomes your reality. It is not simply wishful thinking, it is deliberate inner alignment. What it is, the unwavering faith that your desired life already exists, that abundance already flows, that the blessings you seek are already yours. Why do people block it? Because they allow doubt, worry, and internal conflict to fill the silent spaces of the mind. They argue with reality. I am too tired. I am too unworthy. I cannot receive. That quiet, secret argument is the blockade. The shift occurs when you stop resisting, when you let go of struggle, when you assume the life you want is already yours. Your word is your wand. Choose it wisely, and let it create. Now, repeat these affirmations slowly, letting each word resonate through your being. I release all spiritual exhaustion. I release all spiritual exhaustion. I am renewed, energized, and aligned. I am renewed, energized, and aligned. I assume effortless flow in all areas of my life. I assume effortless flow in all areas of my life. Divine energy supports and carries me. Divine energy supports and carries me. Consider her. She worked long hours, attended to family, carried expectations, and yet each day left her more drained She feared she was failing, that her effort was in vain. Then she paused. She realized that her struggle was silent resistance. She had been arguing against the natural flow of life, pushing against currents that were meant to carry her. She began to speak differently. I allow life to flow through me. I am carried, supported, and aligned. Slowly, imperceptibly at first, her exhaustion lifted. Opportunities arose with ease. Energy returned. The universe responded not to her effort, but to her alignment and assumption of ease. Here are two truths to hold in your mind. Resistance drains energy. Alignment restores it. You cannot receive fully when you are secretly arguing with reality. Now consider another law at work. You cannot assume a new life while arguing for the old one. Many people attempt to create change, to attract abundance, to step into new possibilities, but they clutch the old life in secret. They complain about the past. They rehearse old failures. They nurture invisible grudges, and yet they expect miracles. This is the silent sabotage. The mind cannot hold two realities at once. What you argue for, even quietly, you will experience. The shift begins when you let go, release the old, bless it, thank it, and step fully into the new. Repeat these affirmations slowly, feeling their truth. I release the past completely. I release the past completely. I embrace the new life I am creating. I embrace the new life I am creating. I bless every experience and let it go. I bless every experience and let it go. I assume only abundance, health, and joy. I assume only abundance, health, and joy. Think of him. He had wanted a new career, a life of freedom and creative expression, yet he spent each night replaying past mistakes, moments of rejection, times he felt overlooked. He was arguing for the old life in every thought, in every hidden complaint. One day he realized that holding the old life was blocking the new. He began to silently release the past, to bless his experiences, and to assume the life he desired as already his. Within months he found opportunities that aligned perfectly with his talent. The energy that had been exhausted by resistance now surged with purpose. He understood that you cannot pull a new reality into being while still clinging to the old one. Here are two punchline truths to carry. Resistance to life is the root of spiritual fatigue. You step into the new by blessing and releasing the old. The truth is, spiritual exhaustion is never a punishment. It is a signal. It is a sacred whisper telling you to stop arguing, stop forcing, stop resist. It calls you to align your mind, your words, and your assumptions with the life you intend to inhabit. Preparation without assumption, effort without alignment, wishing without belief. These are the hidden drains that leave you empty at night. Stop speaking lack. Stop rehearsing old pain of the life you desire. Assume it. Let the universe deliver it effortlessly. Your energy will return, your clarity will arrive, and your spirit will soar. Step into the quiet awareness that you are not struggling against life. You have been struggling against your own resistance. Let go. Bless what has passed. Speak only of what you intend. Align with abundance, with ease, with flow. The law of assumption honors those who assume, not those who argue. It delivers to those who align, not those who resist. And when you stop the argument, when you step fully into your desired reality, the universe responds with perfect, unwavering precision. Your life is not a battle, it is a manifestation of your inner state. Stop resisting, stop arguing, prepare, assume, speak, align, and watch as the energy that once drained you becomes the very force that lifts you into the life you were always meant to live. You are not broken, you are not lacking, you are merely awakening. You are merely stepping into the flow that has been waiting for your willingness. You are aligned, you are ready, and your new life is already yours.
You have been knocking, haven't you?
Repeatedly, tirelessly, at doors that seem stubbornly closed. You've tried every method, every approach, every angle, yet the response never comes. You feel invisible, you feel unseen. You ask yourself, why does the door remain shut despite all my effort? What if the truth is not in the door, but in your knocking? What if the relentless effort, the pushing, the forcing, is exactly what prevents the universe from responding? You are not being denied. You are simply misaligned. Today, you will learn why the door only opens when you stop knocking, and how surrender, alignment, and assumption transform resistance into flow. The law at work here is the law of non-resistance. It is the eternal principle that the universe yields to ease, to alignment, to peace, not to force or desperation. What it is, the art of allowing life to move through you rather than against you. The door does not respond to pounding, it responds to quiet readiness. Why do people block this law? Because they confuse action with progress, doing with being. They push, they plead, they demand results, all the while ignoring the subtle guidance of alignment. The shift occurs when you stop forcing, when you let go of struggle, and when you allow your assumption to carry the outcome. Your word is your wand. Speak your desire as already fulfilled, and the universe aligns without resistance. Repeat these affirmations slowly, letting each word penetrate your consciousness. I release all need to force outcomes. I release all need to force outcomes. I trust the universe to open the perfect doors at the perfect time. I trust the universe to open the perfect doors at the perfect time. I am aligned, ready, and receptive. I am aligned, ready, and receptive. I allow life to flow effortlessly to me. I allow life to flow effortlessly to me. Consider her. She had sought promotions, opportunities, recognition, and advancement for years. Every day she knocked harder, extra hours, extra effort, endless persuasion, yet the doors remained closed. One morning she paused, noticing that her pushing had become a block. She began to assume the outcome she desired: recognition, opportunity, success. She spoke of it as though it had already arrived, and quietly, without effort, the doors began to open. Offers she had chased for years came as though by design. Her relentless knocking had blocked the flow. Her assumption unlocked it. The universe responds not to struggle, but to alignment, not to pounding, but to readiness. Here are two truths to hold in mind. Resistance never opens doors, alignment does. The universe answers the quiet certainty of assumption, not the desperation of effort. Now consider the next truth. Trying too hard is a form of resistance. Many people believe that relentless effort is the key to results. They push, they strain, they exhaust themselves, believing that hard work alone will yield abundance, opportunity, and love. But the harder they try, the more they encounter friction. Effort that is born of tension, worry, or desperation is energy opposed to the natural current of life. The shift occurs when you recognize that struggle is a signal, not a requirement. Stop trying so hard. Stop pushing. Stop forcing. Let your assumption and alignment carry the outcome with grace. Repeat these affirmations slowly, embedding them into your consciousness. I release all desperate effort. I release all desperate effort. I allow the universe to support me effortlessly. I allow the universe to support me effortlessly. I flow with life instead of pushing against it. I flow with life instead of pushing against it. My alignment brings effortless results. My alignment brings effortless results. Think of him. He had spent years trying to manifest a relationship, an opportunity, a breakthrough. Every day he forced action, crafted strategies, applied pressure, believing that success required relentless effort, and yet he met nothing but resistance. One day he realized the pattern. His pushing was the very thing that blocked his results. He began to relax, to speak as though his desire was already present, to step into alignment rather than force outcomes. Slowly, opportunities emerged effortlessly. Doors opened without struggle. The universe had been waiting for him to stop fighting, to stop striving, and to allow. Here are two punchline truths to carry forward. Effort, born of struggle, blocks what you seek. Alignment, not striving, draws results. The lesson is clear. Life flows to those who assume, who align, who surrender the struggle. Knocking, pushing, forcing. These are all forms of resistance. They drain energy, cloud judgment, and delay results. Stop attempting to manufacture outcomes through tension. Step into assumption as though your desires are already fulfilled. Move with ease. The universe responds to certainty, not desperation. When you align, when you stop knocking, the doors open naturally, perfectly, and completely. Step into this truth. The harder you try, the more you repel. The more you surrender, the more the universe conspires in your favor. Preparation, intention, alignment, these are the keys. Assume the life you want. Speak of it as already real, and allow the flow to carry you. Effort without alignment is like pushing a river upstream. Alignment is like stepping into the current and letting it take you to the destination you already imagined. You are not being denied. You are not failing. You are simply learning to stop knocking, to release struggle, and to align with the effortless flow of life. Speak your desire. Assume them fully. Stop resisting. Stop striving. Step into the readiness that unlocks doors without effort. The universe yields to alignment, not force. Your energy will return, opportunities will arrive, life will unfold perfectly because you are aligned, you are assumed, and you are ready. You feel it, don't you? That quiet tension that lives in the heart when you desire something deeply, yet cannot fully embrace it. You crave the life you envision, the abundance, the love, the success, but inside there is a flicker of resentment, doubt, or judgment. Have you asked yourself why your desires still feel distant, no matter how hard you try? What if I told you that nothing can truly come to you while your mind quietly rejects it? You are not failing. You are simply clinging to hidden resistance. Today, you will learn why you cannot possess what you secretly resent, and how blessing what you desire becomes the key to receiving it fully. The law at work here is the law of affinity intertwined with the law of assumption. It is the principle that the universe mirrors your inner self. What it is, if you nurture resentment, jealousy, or silent opposition toward what you desire, you unknowingly push it away. True manifestation requires that you bless what you seek, hold it in joy and gratitude, and allow yourself to embrace it fully. Why do people block it? Because they attach conditions, judgments, or secret resistance to their desires. They say, I want this, but I don't trust it, or I don't deserve it. That hidden resentment is the barrier. The shift begins when you bless what you desire, speak of it with love, and assume it as naturally yours. Your word is your wand. Speak of it as a gift already received, and the universe obeys. Repeat these affirmations slowly, letting each word sink into your being. I bless the desires of my heart. I bless the desires of my heart. I release all resentment toward my blessings. I release all resentment toward my blessings. I assume the life I desire with gratitude. I assume the life I desire with gratitude. All good flows to me effortlessly. All good flows to me effortlessly. Consider her. She longed for financial freedom, yet each time opportunity appeared, she resisted it quietly with thoughts like, I don't deserve this yet, or this will never last. One morning she realized that her hidden resentment was blocking the very flow she wished to attract. She began to bless every potential income, every chance, every gift. She spoke of abundance as though it were already her natural state. Within weeks, contracts came effortlessly, offers appeared unexpectedly, and her financial reality shifted. She had stopped resisting. She had begun to bless. The universe responded with precision. Here are two truths to carry forward. You cannot receive what you secretly resent. Blessing your desires is the gateway to full manifestation. Now consider the next law. When you let go of the how, the when becomes now. Many people try to force their desires into existence by controlling every step, timing every detail, and calculating every possible outcome. They ask, how will it happen? When will it arrive? And in that question, they create friction and resistance. True manifestation does not respond to pressure. It responds to peace, to faith, to the quiet certainty that your desire is already in motion. What it is, surrendering the method, allowing the universe to orchestrate the how and the when. Why do people block it? Because they feel anxious, impatient, or untrusting. They want to control the path instead of embracing the certainty of the outcome. The shift occurs when you release control, assume the desired result is already yours, and allow the unseen forces to deliver it in perfect timing. Repeat these affirmations slowly, letting each word embed into your consciousness. I release all need to control how my desires manifest. I release all need to control how my desires manifest. I release all need to control how my desires manifest. I trust divine timing in all aspects of my life. I allow my desires to arrive in perfect alignment. I allow my desires to arrive in perfect alignment. I assume the outcome and let the universe orchestrate the path. I assume the outcome and let the universe orchestrate the path. Think of him. He had envisioned a new career, a life that reflected his true purpose. Yet every day he asked, when will it happen? How will it happen? He scrutinized every opportunity, overthought every interaction, and attempted to micromanage the outcome. His focus on how delayed the arrival of the life he desired. One day he realized that the more he pressed, the more resistance he created. He shifted his focus inward, assumed the reality he sought as already present, and released the need to control the process. In the following months, doors opened in ways he could never have predicted. The when had arrived because he had released the how. Here are 2 punchline truths to carry forward. Bless what you desire, or it will never come near. Divine timing does not respond to pressure, only to peace. The universe responds to your inner state, your faith, your ability to bless and release. Resistance, secret resentment, and obsession with control all delay manifestation. The flow of life is like a river. It moves naturally, effortlessly, and beautifully when unblocked. Your desire cannot be forced into existence by worry or judgment. It is summoned by alignment, gratitude, and the calm certainty that what you seek is already on its way. Step into this awareness. The life you seek does not arrive through strain or hidden resentment. It arrives through blessing, faith, and the quiet surrender of control. Speak of your desires as though they are already fulfilled. Release the need to calculate the path. Trust that the universe is orchestrating every detail in perfect harmony with your assumption. Your blessings are never late. Your manifestations are never denied. They are waiting for your readiness, your blessing, your faith. You are not behind. You are not struggling. You are simply learning to bless what you desire and to release the illusion of control. Align your words, your thoughts, your faith, and your actions with the certainty of fulfillment. Let go of resistance. Let go of resentment. Let go of the obsession with timing and methods. Bless, assume, and allow. The universe moves in perfect response to those who align fully, who bless fully, who trust fully. Your life is waiting for you to release resistance, bless your desires, and assume their reality. The moment you do, everything you have longed for, abundance, freedom, love, purpose, begins to flow naturally and effortlessly. You are not struggling against life. You are stepping into the flow that has always been ready for you. The door is open, the blessings are here, the timing is perfect, you are aligned, you are ready, and your desires are now coming to life.